Hey y'all, it's me, Rodney, and
Hey guys, it's me, Missy.
so just in case you guys are wondering, we've been out for 2 weeks, and it's because the flu has run rampant through the house. First Missy had it, and then I had it, and so it takes about a week to come off of that. So we're in my second week.
It was rough 2 weeks because I was sick first, and then Rodney got sick, and then Emily got sick, and then the focus just turned on to how can we just keep the store open.
Yeah.
Run the store. So that is where we have been for the past 2 weeks. But I guess it could be a perk that we went ahead and got sick, so maybe the rest of the season we don't.
Yeah,
that's what I'm hoping for. Because October, November, December are crazy busy for us.
So we can't afford for this to happen again.
Yeah, hopefully this is it for us.
All right.
But go ahead.
Let's go over everybody that said good morning this morning.
Go ahead.
Tracy.
Hi.
Good morning, Tracy. Donna said hello. How you doing today, Donna?
How are you?
Margie said, hi, Rodney and Missy. I've missed y'all. My husband is in the hospital, so I might be in and out today.
Oh.
Well, we're going to keep your husband in our prayers because being in the hospital is rough stuff.
Yeah.
Hopefully he's going to be okay, though. Karen said she prayed prayers for her, Margie's husband.
Mm-hmm.
Rebecca said, hey, Rodney and Missy, I'm glad I get to spend some time with y'all today. Hi, Rebecca.
Yes, hi, Rebecca.
Karen said, hey, guys. Kat said, hi, friends.
Hi, Kat.
TGIF, smiley face.
Yeah, Kat is happy it's her Saturday off, so she'll have a good day.
Donna said she missed us.
Yes.
Tam said, hey, friends. Tina said, glad y'all are feeling better.
Yes. We were, was it this past Friday, we were going to attempt it, but we couldn't. It was exhausting. The Friday that the first week that I was sick, Friday I was okay, but I was just exhausted. There was no energy or whatever. And then Sunday is when it started with you and then Emily. No,
Tuesday's when it started with me.
Yeah.
Tuesday's when I got sick.
Went down from there. It was nuts. But it worked out though. It took us at one at a time because it would have been horrible if it would have took all three of us at the same time.
Yeah, which is weird because Missy got sick first, and usually it's me that gets sick first.
Yeah, I never get sick first.
And I was thinking, I'm not going to get sick. I had my flu shot.
Yeah, I don't know. It was exhausting. It was exhausting. Okay, so what we're going to do today is make some Halloween books. So I've made one of these before, and I don't have an example to show you because I already sold it, because that's how that works sometimes. But we are going to make some Halloween books, and I'm going to try to attempt to get both sets done so I can show you how you could do it either or, how you want to do it. Not everybody is in a Halloween, decorating thing, so you can definitely, make it work to fit how you want it to be. You don't have to make it Halloween. You can make it fall. You can use pumpkins and stuff like that. But we're also going to use a mold, but I'm going to show you how I do this too. But because we're putting it on, I'm doing books and stuff, I'm just using hot glue in the mold. And I'm popping it out now. They're really easy. They don't come out as perfect, I would say, as it does when you use the molding clay, the molding material, or if you were to pour resin. But for what we're doing, it's going to work. So I just went ahead and made some ahead of time, so that way I would have as many as I needed for this, which I may or...
And that's the nocturnal mold.
Yeah, this is the mold, if I can pull it up. This is Nocturnal Elements, so it has moons and stars in it. So it's kind of fun. So I thought it would be fun to do the Halloween thing. Okay, so I have 2 sets of books. How about I show you Decoupage of the Month papers, because that's what we're going to do first.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah, and because I'm actually going to use one of these papers. Ignore how rough my papers look, because they kind of got pushed to the side and got messed up, but they're doable. So this is Decoupage of the Month. These papers are out in the mail. So if you're a Decoupage of the Month member, yours are in the mail. So these are just 2 ghosts in a field. This is one of my favorites because of the flowers.
She wanted ghosts, so I made lots of ghosts.
They're really
they're creepy feeling to me.
These images like this are really popular this year, so that's where I was kind of trying to make some up. And then this one is just like it's not black and white, but it has that blue.
It's blue and white.
Yeah, blue and white.
It's just different shades of blue.
And then these are just a little bit more muted. The ghost in the field with the flowers. And then, of course, running through a cute kitten in there. Yeah. And then this one I like a lot.
Because I like the cutesy stuff. She's like more the serious.
Yeah. And then there's this one, another ghost with the flowers, a little cute pumpkin and a witch flying. And then this one is just a big...
I actually like this one the most.
Yeah, just a big ghost, yeah. Very pretty. So there's how many papers this month? 1,
and ironically,
2, 3,
it was the easiest.
4, 5, 6, 7 papers this month?
Yeah, they get 7 papers.
Yeah, you get 7 papers this month. They're all ghost themed, but we're going to use one of these today.
Hey Nancy, how are you doing today?
Hi, Miss Nancy. Okay, so let me think of the best way.
Tina said ghosts are big this year.
Ghosts are big this year.
She loves a cat.
Yeah, I knew Miss Tina would.
Karen said, "Oh, a kitten."
Yeah, I knew you would. They are the ghosts in the fields with the flowers and stuff like that are really popular this year. So, I'm trying to think of the best way because this one is almost like a...
Tina said, when did you get that picture of me flying on my broom?
That's funny.
Actually, that was Missy pulling into the driveway the other day.
Oh, goodness. That's so funny. All right. Here's what we're going to do. Okay, so I am doing 2 different sets. This is one of those hideaway books or whatever. I've already got it decoupaged with a napkin. So if you're wanting to do this, a napkin is going to come in handy. And this is just the second ply of the napkin, not the pretty stuff, just the white one that you really, but you can also use tissue paper.
Or a restaurant napkin.
I'm going to show you how I did this just in case. So I have 2 different sets of books. This is a hideaway book. These are real books. These are like encyclopedia books. They are just books. But we're not going to mess with the inside. Like I'm not doing anything with the inside of them. We're only going to do the outsides of them. So I have a napkin, right, that I just peeled off. And then what I like to do is just crumple it all up. I have 2 of them. Let me see if I can get Mod Podge. So I just crumple them all up. And there's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 sets of these. 5 of these books that I'm going to put all together. So these are the outsides. The other ones I just painted white. I'll show them to you. But for the outsides, I want them to have this look to the outside of them because they're going to go on the outside. I want them to have that old look to them. So that's what we're going to do. So this is what the napkin is for. So I'm just going to apply, because it's going to go like that. Yeah, a layer of Mod Podge to my book. And I'll go ahead and get these 2 going and I'll set them to a side and then we'll work on that one.
Tina said, where'd you get them used books at?
Actually, every time we buy out an estate or clean out an estate, we have, tons of these books. Tons of them. So I have them at the store. Nobody buys them anymore. But, I have tons of them in the back of the store, so.
Nancy said, I keep the second ply of my napkins, too. Mm-hmm. You never know when you need something.
You never know. So you could, if you don't have the napkins or, but if you have white tissue paper on hand, this works. So I just have the Mod Podge on my book, and I'm just pressing the napkin down. And then anywhere, I like the wrinkles and that kind of stuff, so anywhere like that, I'm just applying a little bit more Mod Podge. Here's the thing, when you go to do this, try not to mash too hard or overwork it because you can rip the napkin. But if you do rip it, don't stress out because you can tear off this excess right here and just Mod Podge it into that place too. So that way texture is consistent throughout the book, because we are going to paint this.
Tina said, cool, next time I'm in the store, I'll buy some.
Yeah, tell Emily. If I'm not there, tell Emily. She can go to the back and get you.
Yeah, because they're not on the floor.
They're not on the floor.
In a box in the back.
Yeah, because they don't really sell. And I don't mind messing with these kind of books. They're just old. So we're just...
And the information is kind of outdated.
It's probably dated. Also, it's on the internet now, so...
Well, there's 9 planets. Now there's 8.
So there's that. So I'm just getting this on here, and then we're just going to push it over.
What's wrong with you, pup?
To the side and let it dry. So this book is going to go facing this way, and this book is going to go facing on the outside of this way. So I want to do this side, so that way, because all of this is going to be all, you'll see, it's all going to be mashed together. And the reason why we're not painting it and then decoupaging it is because I feel like it's just a wasted step and wasted paint, because we're going to go through and paint it all anyways. But I didn't do the middle books because you don't see them, but I did paint them, so I'll show them.
So yeah, hopefully everybody else is having a pretty good week.
Yeah. For sure.
Because it's been crazy around these parts.
Crazy and busy. That's good. So just lay that down on top.
Karen says she loves your sweatshirt, Missy.
Thank you. So there's a company in Alabama called Internal Light, and it's a small business. It's family owned, a small business, and they sell a lot of Christian shirts and stuff like that. And they also do a subscription box where you get the shirts and you get a devotion and that kind of stuff. So I've been
Eternal Light or internal?
Ian. I've been ordering shirts for them for a minute now, and they just had last month they had a sale, a bundle sale or whatever, where you could get 3 sweatshirts, and then they had a t-shirt bundle, and it got me. So I got the email, and I was like, well, let me just see, because I'm going to need some new sweatshirts.
It's Eternal.
There you go.
EternalLightCompany.com.
That's it.
I posted a link to their website.
Yeah, they're a small business in Alabama. And I love all of their shirts that I've ordered off their website. And I really like the devotion box every month. That's always fun. And then you get a shirt in the box that you can't order. So I like that. So that way you're not going to get, 2 of the same shirts, like, or whatever. Order a shirt and then next month get it in a box. It's not like that. It's the shirt is for the box only. So, all right, let's let these dry. And while these are drying, we're going to play with this book. So, put my nifty Mod Podge thing close up. So I'm just gonna take off the excess. I started this before we went live and I didn't finish it.
That was kind of rough sounding.
It was. It's because it's 120 grit. That could be why. Should have grabbed a different one. Okay, so I'm gonna, on these books, I'm gonna paint them black. So let me just get a paintbrush. And what we're gonna do is just go over the entire book This is caviar, Dixie Belle caviar. We're going to go over the whole entire book, making sure to get into all of the wrinkles that are in it. It's just it makes it look like we use like an old leather bound book versus the smooth. And I have a heat gun, but I'm not using a heat gun today. I'm using a hairdryer. And the reason why I'm using a hairdryer is because the hairdryer has a cool setting, and for some of the stuff that we're doing, I don't need to heat up like the hot glue and stuff. I just need it to be cool air. So that's where I'm going with a blow dryer. So if you have a blow dryer and you do this, it will help as far as the speeding up process of the drying.
Texture's giving you some rough time there?
No, it's just you want to make sure, and then you don't have to stress too much about getting it, because we are going to go over it again one more time. So I'm just like dabbing it into where all the wrinkles are. What I'll do is I'll just do the side. I won't do the back of the book, so that way I can lay it down.
Tina says she's been doing fine, but we need more rain.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, it was terrible cutting grass. Luckily, Gavin cut most of it.
And his sinuses are paying for it now.
But I put him up a P100 mask. It shouldn't be a sinus issue at all, and I had him wearing goggles.
But he's playing football right now, so he ain't going to be able to escape from it anyways.
Yeah, so that's probably where his sinuses came from.
So...
Because I trimmed around the yard, and then I just had him cut the rest of it.
And the crazy thing about it is it's not grass that's growing. It's just the weeds and stuff. All right, so I'm just gonna, I would paint this normally. I would paint the whole thing black, but we're just gonna focus on this side of the book today. So that way it doesn't take me forever, and hopefully I can get to both sets. So I'm just dabbing.
That napkin gives it a really unique texture.
I like it a lot.
Like a really old witch's book.
Yeah. All right, I'm just going to dab there. So I'm going to do, let me hit it with this blow dryer.
Yeah, Tina, wash your car. It rains every time I wash my car.
Yeah.
That's what it seems like, too. I can't tell you guys the last time we washed ours. Yeah, the only thing green in our yard right now is weeds. I'll tell you this, the hairdryer is louder than the heat gun, significantly.
I forgot to turn my mic off before I turned it on.
All right.
All right. So, trying to cut this off. There we go. All right. So after this is dry, which is almost all the way dry, I turned on my glue gun, and this is where we're gonna play with the glue gun and the molds while we're letting our other books dry. Okay, so I already made some up. So I definitely do not say to do this for like furniture. I wouldn't do it for furniture at all. But for little crafts like this, you know, this is pretty easy to use the hot glue Because you know what? You may use this next year and you may not use this next year. And they're pretty easy to trim when they're not perfect. They don't mess up the molds. They pop out really easy. If I had my other scissors, that would be easier. And you can use the sand and paper to smooth it out.
It turns out it's paintable.
And it is paintable. So...
Or the Gorilla Glue sticks are paintable. We don't know about the other ones.
That is one thing I am using. I am using the Gorilla Glue sticks. So I don't know if that makes a difference, but that's just what I have. Like I said, they're not exactly perfect, but for what we're doing, it doesn't have to be perfect. A few things that you would want to do though is if you can have the extra long glue sticks, that works out really good. You're going to want a high temp glue gun, not a low temp glue gun, because the low temp is not going to get the glue hot enough. And you're going to want to know how much glue your glue stick is. You don't want to start on a big one and only have half a glue stick. You're going to want to start on a big one when you have a full glue stick to go. So you just want to pay attention to those things when you use the hot glue. But yes, they are definitely paintable. And then guess what? You just use the hot glue to glue them down. And then like these, I'm just trimming them up. Tina said you can get
colored glue sticks.
You can get colored glue sticks. Yeah.
I did not know that.
So if you can get, they have it in like gold and stuff. So if you wanted to do it in gold, that would be really pretty.
Well, yeah,
but we are
super cool if it was gold.
Just going off. But see, I already painted the moon.
Lower it down some.
Like that. But let me show you what I do. So I'm trying to make sure that my glue gun is all the way hot. Yeah. So that way it comes out. So what I do is I just start in the center and I just glue. And I don't too much stress about going over the mold because like I said, you can trim it. You're just wanting to feel the mold. And that's why I say a high temp, because you don't need the glue drying as you're going. And don't worry about
Hey Melanie, how are you doing?
Because you can always trim those off.
I wonder if you could cut bits of it off and then put it in the oven. Silicone mold, so it'd be oven safe.
These are oven safe. You can cook with these.
Yeah, because I think some people use them to like decorate cakes and stuff.
So I'm just filling up the stars because I want to use those on my book.
I like the moons.
I do too. And then I'm going to fill this one out.
Hey Lorna, how are you doing today?
All right, so let's see if I wanted to do a moon. Let's do this moon.
The round face.
Yeah. So like I said, just make sure that you have enough glue stick to do it, because you do go through a lot of glue. Or you can, depending on how many you make. But I like doing it this way, especially for like small crafts. I like doing it. So we're just going to let this dry. And it doesn't take long, and then we'll trim it up. So these are the ones that I had going already. Like I said, they're not all perfect, but they are fun. Okay, so the other book that I did was like a spell book, right? It just says spells. So what I did was I took the binding of the book here, And I just took my glue gun, and I'm going to have to stand up for this one because I need to stand. I'm going to try not to get in the camera. But I just took my glue gun and then made my word, my letters. I just want to make sure that I have enough space.
Let's see if I can switch this camera.
Also, make sure that you spell it correctly the first time.
Yeah, I bet that helps.
Yeah, it does.
Well, yeah, you can't really see.
It's really hard. L. And it's not perfect. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. I wonder if I can get it off before it.
What would you do?
I'm trying to make an L, and I started out because I was thinking of something else.
You was drawing an E?
Yeah, I was fixing to. My brain goes ahead. No worries. I wiped it off. And we're going to go L.
And then a tiny S.
It's no big deal.
Tina, I think that's what she's going to do next. I'm not sure, though.
What?
Tina said you can make spider webs.
I did on the other one. I did. And then what I kind of did was, you can make them however you want. So it just really depends on how much glue you have. And then I just made dots. So the only thing you have to remember is that when you're going this, like your glue can run. So keep that in mind.
That might be where a low temp gun would come in handy.
Possibly. I just used my hot glue gun and I just put whatever I want on it. And don't worry about the strings, they come off. And this is where your blow dryer on the cool setting is like spider webs. Look at that.
Yeah, I know.
I'm going to turn this off so I can hit this.
And this is just a hide book she's using.
Yeah. And you can do this on a regular book too, but that's where your blow dryer comes in with the cool setting because it just gets it to set real quick. And then I just used my glue gun to make dots down here. So you could do it however you want.
So it looks like brass tacks.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you color it with a brass color.
Mm-hmm. And I think the fun part about this is that it doesn't really have to be perfect because it's supposed to be an old witch's book.
Tina said you can make drips too.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? It'd be cool if you had like glue coming off the edge of the book, like it was tar holding itself together, like teeth basically. That would look cool.
I'm just going to let that keep drying, which I would go on that side too, but I'm going to wait until I get the back side painted, but you'll see it like that, yeah. And then you can do, it's not all the way dry, but I will. And then we can glue these on here. So I'm just going to see how I want them placed. So you can do whatever you want to. And then these are the ones that we just made. And I'll show you how easy they just pop out.
Well, sometimes you'll need to trim them up with some scissors or an X-Acto knife. Missy, your mic's off.
Thank you. So they just pop out really easy. And your mold is good. And then you just use scissors, X-Acto knife, and I just trim up where I went over the mold. Like I said, for this kind of craft, I think it's no big deal. I definitely wouldn't do this with furniture, but for small stuff like this, the hot glue, it just seems to be a little bit more, can be user-friendly for stuff like this. And then you can save your resin and your other stuff for the really good stuff. I'm just going to trim these up. And another thing about the high temp and the glue is that it does somewhat self-level on the back as long as you're high temp. So
yeah, you get a pretty smooth back.
You get a pretty smooth back, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's pretty good actually.
I mean,
smoother than some of the resin pours I've done when I rapid pour.
I'm just going to trim them up. And not stress about if they're not perfect.
You gonna be using all those that you just did?
I think so.
Can't hear you.
I know.
That's what Tina said.
Yeah. It's pretty easy. I like it like that.
Melanie said, I have to make one of these. That's so cool.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And like I said, you could do whatever you want. And like what I did on before I did my first one is to just get a hand for the glue gun. Is I just took just a scrap piece of cardboard or whatever, and I just to get my feel for how I like to write with it and that kind of stuff. Is which, again, I'm not perfect, but I do not have good handwriting anyway, so. I just clean these edges up just a little. I might not need them.
Your handwriting's better than mine.
Well, yeah. Let me push this to the side. And I have this little moon, so I was thinking about putting this here. And then we'll put these
now you
stars.
can see his face really good.
Let me do.
Donna said it'd be cool to paint those with glow-in-the-dark paint.
Oh, wouldn't it?
I wonder if you could make, well, no, you couldn't.
They make glow-in-the-dark paint. You could paint them with glow-in-the-dark
do they make
paint.
glow-in-the-dark glue sticks, though?
Oh, I don't know.
That would be cool.
I wouldn't be surprised. Let me trim this one up just a little bit more.
Karen, that's where you want to pick them up at thrift stores, because if you buy one at the regular store or from Amazon, they are expensive. And it's like, why?
Every time I go to the thrift store, if I see one, I buy one.
And it's literally just some cardboard shaped like a book.
Like I said, they're not perfect, but don't stress about it. Because remember, this is supposed to be an old, worn look. All right, so what I'm going to do is take my glue gun and just apply some glue to my mold and then glue them down. I'm hot gluing my hot glue molds to the book.
Tina said yes, they make glow-in-the-dark glue sticks.
I was going to say, I bet they do.
So yeah, that would come in pretty handy for something like this.
Would be cool. And then the excess glue that's kind of coming out from where I'm gluing, I'm not worried about it because we're going to go over this one more time with some black paint. And it really does camouflage any kind of flaws.
Well, especially since you got so much texture coming from the tissue. I mean, it looks like the tissue itself is spider webbed over the book.
It's really cool.
Donna says she's got to go, but she'll finish watching later. Thanks, Donna. You have a good
day,
rest of your
Miss
day.
Donna. Let's push it. There we go. I'm going to wait on this one just in case because I've already painted him. So then I just take my black paint, and this is what we're going to do. We're going to go over the entire thing with the molds. You can hit up any of the spots. I'm leaving him white, except for where I just touched him at. Which I should have probably painted him first. It's okay. Just dab it, get it all in. And then over here, where we put our dots and our spills, I'm just going to paint over that too. This is like our second coat here. I'm just gonna real quick make sure that I'm covered good. What I'm going to do is let this dry, and then I'll take you to those books, and then we'll be able to put somewhat of the finishing touches on this guy. I'm just going to use fluff and a little detail brush and go over my moon. While my book is drying. Obviously, it would have been easier to paint this before I glued it, but I forgot, so we're going this way. No big deal. If I can get that string. There we go. So we'll let this dry. All right, let's let this dry. And then what we're gonna do here.
Margie said, that's cute.
It's gonna be really cute when it's all done. Yeah, let me turn this glue gun off for a minute. So what we're gonna do here is use this sandpaper and kind of knock these edges off.
Golly, Cammie is a fraidy cat today. She is sitting right underneath my feet. I'm so scared to move my chair. Karen says, I love that pop of white.
Yeah, it's going to look really good. The moons are going to look good.
Y'all should have seen the other book she did with the spider webs and the spell tome on the side. It was so cool. I was like, holy cow, that's a great idea.
This off.
And see how it gives that spider webbed effect? Just having the tissue paper on there. That's so crazy looking.
All right, so these are just regular encyclopedia books, remember? Oh, I guess I know what I'm doing after this is sweeping. I made a mess. And then here's my other books, right? So this is how I want them to go like this. So this book will go here. I still did it backwards. How did I manage that?
I have no clue.
I thought I paid attention. Oh, I didn't pay attention. I did pay attention. I'm just trying to put it upside down. Oh well, it worked. All right, so these, I want the books. I don't know the best way to show them this one because it's kind of high up like that. So here's how the books want to go. So you can see I took these books and I just went ahead and painted the binding white and around here so that way it would look good like that. And then I'm going to take my paintbrush and I'm going to take fluff. And what we're going to do is paint all of this white, and then we're going to decoupage the fronts of these books like that. You'll see, you'll see.
Lorna says spray the hot glue with canned air.
Yo, that would work too.
Freezes it.
Yeah, that's actually smart.
Hold it upside down and spray that dry ice right on it. Mm-hmm. Or whatever's inside the container.
I would have never, I would have never thought about that.
Well, that sure would cut down on the noise.
Mm-hmm. Usually I use my heat gun. And it's quicker and everything. But because it's hot glue, you don't want to heat the hot glue up.
Let me just hold it further away.
So it'll go like that. So if your book's on the shelf, this side is what's going to show on this end. So you could always decoupage it if you wanted to, or just leave it nice and smooth. But I just like the way this looks. And I want these books to look kind of old.
No, they're most definitely going to look old.
So,
especially if you go over with some glazed or something, or dry brush, some black over the top of it. If you go over it with black glaze and then wipe off the high spots, that would give you a neat webbed effect.
So let me put these back down here. Is that good?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just gonna give this a coat of white paint too. All right. So that's that.
Tina says, so cool.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool, I think. I like both sets. I like both ideas.
You got a run on that one. On the side. Right there.
Let's see it now.
It was a big one. It would have took days to dry.
All right. So now the hard part is picking out the decoupage paper. And now don't touch the books yet or whatever.
You have burnt your shirt.
That's tissue. That's, yeah. I'm gonna go for the full size images. So I have two. I have this one and then I have this one.
I like that one.
This one?
Yes, I love that one.
We'll go with this one then.
I know you like that darker one.
I do like the darker one, but I like this one too.
Yeah. Lorna said her daughter uses the canned air when making headdresses because it works instantly.
Instant. It's actually smart.
I have several cans sitting beside my computer.
Okay, so what I want to do is make this image right here be the basis of the books. The spines of the book. Is that what I'm trying to say? The binding of the book. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is kind of make a crease, and I'm trying to be really careful because I know it's still kind of damp, so drying it all the way would be the thing to do, but I'm trying to at least get this part done for y'all today. All right, so we're going to take that. I'm going to take my
Tina
water
asked,
pen.
are you going to glue the 2 outside books to the 3 middle books, or are you going to leave them unattached?
I think that's just can be up to you, honestly. I think it's like if you're wanting to decorate books that don't have any, like you don't care that you can't open them, I think you can. But if you're just decorating books that that you would like to open up, then I wouldn't glue them. So I'm just gonna take this all the way down, push that to the side, and then take this one, and I'm just trying to gently separate it.
Would it not be easier to put it on the book and then run a knife down it?
Because this one will go here. No, because of the fibers.
Tina said, oh, I see what you're doing.
Yeah, you see? And then we'll line this one back up. And then I'm just going to use my fingers to make the crease. And then I use my water pen. And then gently tear it where that crease is. And it'll go right here.
Oh, wow, that looks awesome.
It's going to look really cool, isn't it?
Yeah. Almost like if you were doing a custom shade using vinyl in the house.
And then
yeah, that's going to look really cool.
It's pretty cool.
And Karen agreed. She said it's so cool.
Thank you.
Barb said it's so cool as well.
This is a different spin on book stacks.
Thank you, Lorna. Lorna said I did a great job on those.
Yeah, you did. Really good. Oh. Well, that one tore pretty easy.
Well, it's crazy. Originally, in the first part of last month, I had made some stuff in a different direction, but then Missy said, I want the ghosts. And so she showed me these pictures, and she said, can you do this? And I was like, yeah, no, I can't do that. And then, so I did it anyways. And then I ended up loving it, so it's pretty cool. Especially the ones where they're in the fog, like this one. I like that one a lot more than I didn't like the colorful ones as much, but Missy really loved those. So.
They are really popular this year. That's another reason.
If you notice, not all of them's sheet ghosts. Like these here are sheet ghosts, but if the 5 1/4 by 5 1/4 square ones, those are going to be a mixture. They're not just sheet ghosts.
All right, let's get some Mod Podge.
They're traditional ghosts.
And put.
Tina said, "I can't wait to get my decoupage paper."
Yeah. Not.
Karen noticed a little detail that I bet a lot of people didn't notice. The ghosts are actually holding hands.
Yeah. We're just gonna.
Karen said, "Me too. Can't wait to get my decoupage papers."
Awesome. If y'all do this, just let me know. Send me pictures of it. I think it's pretty cool.
And since I was sick, I forgot to do the send out the email early to let everybody know what they looked like. So that came out.
Oh.
Golly, I don't even know when I sent the email. It was after the 1st. I know that.
So we're just going to put Mod Podge on the binding. And it works really good when you keep your stack lined up like this. But don't stress if it's not exactly perfect, because it's just a book stack.
Lorna said, "We're such a good team." We argue a lot, especially when it comes to designing this stuff.
We might not always feel like a good team, but we are a good team. I agree.
Because she's like, "You're not getting what I'm saying."
We just have 2 different styles. Which is good though, because it just keeps it different. All right, remember, don't overwork it. And then let me make sure that didn't go. Yeah, this one goes here and this one goes here where I dropped it.
Yeah, this is turning out really cool, Missy.
Yeah, another thing you could do is use different. You could use different size books. You know, like as long as you got the image.
Need to come down a little bit. There you go, right there. I was having to use the edge of the roof.
I want to do a Christmas one like this.
I see lots of projects coming up. That's for sure.
I think a Christmas one would be so pretty. I think in the spring you could do some of those really pretty floral napkins. That one would be pretty.
Tina said, "Have you seen the candles made in the ghosts? You can take real candles, soak them in hot water, not boiling, for about 20 minutes, slowly bend the candles in a wavy shape, then add eyes on the mouth."
Yes, I have seen that.
Missy's been making these ghosts using old metal candlesticks.
I can show them the frame of it. I ran out of drop cloths. But I can show y'all the basis of it, and then you'll be able to get it, the idea of them. But if you like the primitive Halloween, then you might like these ghosts for sure. All you need is to go to Dollar Tree. Go to Dollar Tree, get you candlesticks and styrofoam balls.
Because by far they have the cheapest candlesticks.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna let that dry. Let me show y'all what I'm talking about.
Do you still have one that's made here?
I don't have any that are made. I don't have any that are made. Okay,
Let me switch cameras.
Which camera are you going to?
I'm going to go to main. There you go.
Is my books in the way?
No.
Okay, go to Dollar Tree and get the candlesticks and a pack of styrofoam balls, right? Hot glue your styrofoam ball to your candlestick, and then get any fabric that you want. Like I use drop cloth, and I'm out of drop cloth. And I just draped it over, and then I took cheesecloth and draped it over. And then I took twine and tied it around the center and then glued buttons on and made them a little tag. And then there were my primitive ghosts. If you go to our Facebook page, I believe I posted a picture today.
Probably.
But that's it. That's just fun ghosts. And they are primitive. And I use drop cloth because I always have a bunch of it. But I've made so many of them that I've ran out. So...
And that's a lot because
that's a lot of drop cloth.
We buy the big giant sheets of it.
Yeah, that's a lot of drop cloth. But that's just the base of the primitive ghost. And I think it's a lot of fun. Okay, so let that dry.
Tina said, I am primitive, so yes, I like that.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, so here's
Carol said, it's been a while since I've caught a live, but I've been watching this one and been too mesmerized to speak. These are awesome projects.
Oh, thank you. So, you remember I painted my moon white, and this is watered down. I sprayed water on my plate and used whatever paint was left over from my paintbrush and made it almost like a wash, right? So I can take my moon.
And it lays down into that detail.
Yeah, let that go into the detail. Okay.
Just like if you're painting miniature models, you do the same thing.
I can try to. And then I wanted to glue him on here like that. Now, honestly, I mean, it has the works that you could do whatever you want. It still has, like, you could actually fill this up with more stars if you wanted to. I'm just going to leave it like this for right now. And I'm just going to put this moon. You could actually say, do not open. Or something like that. Like there's just all kinds of Halloween stuff that you can do to these little books like this. And you could do this to a regular book like that, the encyclopedias or whatever. You could, if you wanted it to be bigger like that, you could stack up two and then still do it. Or just find one of those big books at the thrift store or something like that. Or a hideaway book. The other thing I do is I paint this white. And then I take Voodoo Gel Stain and I just make lines through it so it looks like pages. And then, of course, that will be painted black too. But this is what I do to make my wording stand out. I have gold gilding wax and bronze gilding wax and copper gilding wax. And... see if I can just use.
And there's a link for the gilding wax in the description. I did the gilding wax, the category, because Missy picked so many different ones to use.
I should not be using my scissors for this. Do you have keys or something?
Use these scissors.
These scissors.
I don't see a single picture of your ghost on Facebook.
I thought I posted some on when I took pictures of it on my phone.
Yeah, they're not on here. Because I just looked.
Look, can you see that?
Hold on, let me see if I can see it. Yes. Hold it up a little bit closer. That's what she made, guys.
So it's got the drop cloth and the cheesecloth, and then I made little tags and I glued buttons for the eyes. Just little ghosts. You could do them as fancy as you wanted to. All right. If you want to, let's see if I can do this without messing my... You can use a brush, you can use your fingers. I always use my fingers. And I kind of just start out with gold.
They said they were cute. Karen said she thought you posted those like 5 hours ago.
Yeah, I thought so. If you use a paintbrush, you can kind of control more.
Oh, there's one. I see it.
You see it?
Yeah, I don't know how I missed it. You know how I missed it? Because all the giant ceramic pumpkins.
Oh, yeah. That got your attention.
Oh, she made those other things, too, with the cookie cutters.
Yeah, I want to make those with y'all one day and on a live. I got to get some more stuff to do that. So then I just take the gilding wax, and I kind of use all of them. And I don't know if it's picking up.
So adorably cute.
I just use my finger and I'm light pressure, and I just go over.
Sandy, they were made with hot glue. She just used a hot glue gun.
Yeah, just a hot glue gun. I just go over the texture of the napkin and all the different colors. I use the bronze, the gold, just to give it age. I like the mixture of the three together, especially for like Halloween. Then I just touch these.
Sorry.
Is it showing out really good?
Margie said really neat.
Yeah.
It is showing up kind of okay. It's hard to see the there we go. I zoomed in.
I just take whatever's left over on my finger and just kind of go over it.
Nancy said that's one item she hasn't used is gilding wax.
Gilding wax. I think you'll like it. This is bronze. And I like to just go over the book.
Why am I getting so many? Somebody's calling your phone.
It's Emily. Mix it up.
That's looking pretty cool. I'm liking it.
Let me put this guy on here.
The moon. By the light of the silvery moon. You should put some silver on the moon. That would look cool.
I don't have no silver gilding wax.
The bluish color of zinc.
Yeah. I have to grab some from the store. I don't never use that color.
And if you get gilding wax, guys, it lasts a long time.
Oh, yeah.
These are the same 3 containers that we've always had.
Mm-hmm.
And Karen's right. The gilding wax does make that texture pop.
It does. It just lets it. Just know that wherever you touch it at,
it's going to stay.
It's going to stay.
And if you're using it for furniture, it's a finish of itself. So it's self-hardening, self-curing. It doesn't rub off after it's dry.
Once it's dry, that's it.
That's why we like to use it for knobs.
You'll have to paint it to go over it. I can't decide which one's my favorite. I just like all of them. The gold, the bronze.
Did Emily call from the store phone or from her phone?
Personal.
Okay. I tried to see what she wanted.
So that's that. There's your spells, and then there's that. And so, like I said, for me to finish this book off, I would obviously paint the back, and then I take the white paint and I paint all through here, and then I take Voodoo Gel Stain and I just make lines all through here. And just keep on with the gilding wax all the way. I'll do the gilding wax all the way on the back side of the book, but I don't really put nothing there because if I'm laying it down, it's like that. But if you sit it up, it's like that, but it's a hideaway box, so usually it's just sitting down. But you could easily use it that way, which I think is pretty cool. So you get the idea with that, and that's just hot glue in the molds and then hot glue to make my letters and the dots. And this could keep going all the way around. Like you could do so much with the hot glue. I just kind of wanted to give y'all, I just wanted to give y'all an idea of how you could use the molds with hot glue and it'd be like easier for this kind of craft.
Just another way to use the molds.
Just another way of using the molds.
And another way to use decoupage paper.
Yeah. So that's that book. And then for these, get this out of my way. You're just going to want to still kind of wet. I'm just going to see if I can take off these edges.
And when you do that, guys, you're not using a lot of pressure. You're just barely hitting the edges.
Just to clean it up.
Just let the sandpaper do the work.
There you go. They line up like that. Isn't that cute?
That is very cute. Karen said that's such a cool technique. You should flip them over so they can see it on the big camera. Hey, Cam.
So on these sides, I think it would be cool to just go over it with some, let's see. I wonder if I can.
Tina said those are some beautiful projects.
This actually needs a second coat of white paint. So, okay, this needs a second coat of white paint. Oh, I just sprayed it down. But you get the idea. And then for the sides where the texture is, what I would like to do is either go over it with a glaze or a dark wax, something like that, just to grab all of those details. Or you could do another paint, a different color, and bring in the colors that are in front of you out to
she figured it out.
Okay, out to the side if you wanted to, and then you could take twine or pretty ribbon, something like that, and you could just go around. It's kind of, I'm not really seeing where I'm at. Okay, you could, trying to make sure, you could just go around a couple of different times and then tie it.
Yeah.
And then you would hold it would hold them together. So that's why I was saying, like, I wouldn't really hot glue them. That way you can still move them.
Yeah, and then you can store them later.
And then it would be easier to store, yeah.
When it's not Halloween.
Yeah.
Really, you could use that technique with any full-size sheet of decoupage paper.
I definitely want to make some for Christmas. I definitely see where you could use this all season, like make them for all season. I think it would be really cute.
Yeah, me too.
I like them. I think it's just different. And I wish I could finish them up, but I'm not going to be able to finish them up. It'd probably take me another hour. And my phone keeps on ringing.
Nancy said I've used antique copper paint for my steampunk journals. I'm sure the gilding wax will work better.
Gilding wax is a lot of fun. I like to use it on a bunch of stuff.
Margie said that moon face turned out so good.
I think so too. I like it.
Great job, Missy, Margie said.
Thank you. Thank you.
Karen said, such a cool technique. Tina said, beautiful project. Margie said, great job. Carol said, love it so much.
Thank you. So Decoupage of the Month papers are out, so they are on their way to y'all.
Yep, they shipped on the 4th, and the last one shipped this morning.
Yeah. So if
4th, 5th, and 6th. So yeah, they came out 4th, 5th, and 6th.
If you end up doing this project, make sure you send us a message and let us see, because I think it would be cool to see how everybody puts their spin on them, because they could go in so many different directions. You could add so many things, especially to the Halloween books. You could do so many different things. This is just kind of like the basic idea that I could give you today. But they're a lot of fun. They just make sure you have a high temp glue gun and a lot of glue sticks.
Jay Lewis said, very cool. Tina said, I would love to do this project today, but I have to put my coffee table together. I have had it several months now, and I just need to build it.
Build the coffee table.
Build that coffee table,
Build
Tina.
that coffee table. That's right, Tina. All right, guys. Well, hopefully everything is back on schedule in our neck of the woods, and we will see you guys next Friday.
Yeah. Fingers crossed this time, because last time we said that, she ended up getting the flu, and then I got the flu, and then here we were. Here we are.
Yeah, we hate that.
Still recovering.
So,
anyways, guys, y'all have a great weekend. Thanks for tuning in and watching Missy do her projects and chatting with me, and that's always a fun time.
Yeah.
You got anything else?
And y'all have a great weekend, and we'll see y'all guys next week.
Y'all stay safe and stay out of the heat.
Yes.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.